What's going on, everybody? So we are going to be upgrading the head studs on the KA Turbo. I want to do this mainly because I don't know the limitations on stock head studs, and I would rather do it as an insurance thing. Just a little peace of mind. That's all it is. So this is going to be really easy to do, especially without pulling the head off. I'm going to show you guys how to do this without pulling the head off. That way you don't have to mess with the timing or anything like that. So that being said, let's start this. Okay, so I do have the valve cover off already. I'm going to go ahead and just talk real quick. The head stud locations here, 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 and there. So there's some on this side. Those are the head bolts right there. So the way we're going to do this is I'm not planning on pulling this head off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one stud at a time. That's going to be the easiest way to do it without having to remove the head or anything like that. So we're going to start from the outside. We're going to start from the outside and work our way into the middle. There's going to be kind of like a sequence to this. Doesn't matter if you start here, doesn't matter if you start there, but if you do start here, then the next one is going to be in the far back on the left side. So just keep that in mind. We're doing a cross pattern. It's going to be like this: boom, boom, this one, 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 this one. So that's how we're going to do it. We're basically going to work our way into the middle, so that way the head is not disturbed in a way where it's gonna like throw the torque off or whatever. So we're gonna remove the stud, each stud one by one, and when we remove a stud, we're gonna put a new ARP in there and then torque it down. So that's how we're gonna do it. All right. That being said, let's do it, man. This is the first stud I pulled out right here. This is the furthest left side to the front. So this is an ARP stud. This is what they look like compared. You kind of want to just compare it just to make sure, it looks good. You got the ice cream truck guy over there making a bunch of noise. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Yeah, if you live in California, you already know what the elote man is. So this is what the ARP stud looks like. So we're going to run this all the way down. And then we have the washers. And then we have the nuts. So we'll run this down. We'll make sure you put some of this assembly lube, on the ends. So let's continue doing this. There we go. It seems like it bottomed out. That's how it's sticking out, and you guys can see it, but we'll go ahead and put a washer and torque that one down. So okay, and as you can tell, this is just confirming that it is for the KA24E single cam, blah 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 blah. 70 foot-pounds of torque. So that's what these are required. I'm not too sure what factory is, but I could tell you right now it's probably not 70. But yeah, so we got 70 foot-pounds of torque. We're going to torque these down, and then we'll just keep trucking on through this. So we got electronic torquer. What I usually like doing is starting at a low number, but since these are torqued down technically, we could just go ahead and jump to 70. We don't have to do the steps because the head is already torqued basically. The gasket's already smashed down and the studs are still connected, the other studs. So we'll just jump over straight to 70 instead of doing the normal sequence. So boom. Alright, let's do this. Boom, 70. Okay, We got one done. Let's start doing the rest. Alright, we're getting down to the last stud. The last OEM stud, anyway. So we'll go ahead and check this off. It's the last one, really. Careful too when you're pulling these out, because the washers are not attached to the head studs. For example, like the Hondas that I'm normally working on. The OEM head studs, the washer is literally tied into the stud. So these ones, the washers are loose. So you have to be careful when you pull them out, because if you end up dropping it down into the timing chain to the bottom, oh my God, that would be a nightmare. Because then you got to tear apart the whole thing to figure out where it's at. So do not drop the washer inside, because you're going to be in a world of shit if you do that. Drop that down in there. All right, 70 foot-pounds. There we are. Woo! That's the scariest thing right there. The scariest thing is torquing a head down. Now we need to do is just put the valve cover back on, and that's it. So it's that easy. It took 2 hours maybe. That's because I was in between doing other stuff. But yeah, typically if you start, it's not too long of a process. It's a little bit longer because you're taking out one stud one at a time versus just zipping them all off and putting all the studs in and then torquing everything at once. That would be, I feel like, is a lot faster than the way I did it, but the way I did it is a lot easier when it comes to having to put the studs back in and torquing everything down, and then that way you don't disturb the gasket. So that's pretty much what we were trying to do, and I'm gonna continue working over here, but I hope that's educational for you guys, and thank you guys for watching the videos.